State University, one of the oldest university in the whole of Russia. And so the physical environment always impacted, and it is probably it adds a lot of value to the environment. So maybe particularly for the past 2 or 3 years during the COVID-19 situation, we lots on it every single day. There are thousands and thousands, or if not hundreds and thousands of events that are being organized across the globe. So many people, unemployed people, they also set up some organizations and they begin to have the webinars on different topics. So we have been associated, we've been taking part, even some of the speakers, the speakers that are speaking earlier, they also taken part, they also spoke. We met along the way, we met different people in a virtual platform. But obviously, to be honest, the truth of the matter is that I can't even remember 1% of the people. I might have met thousands of people. So many of them are speakers, some of them students, and so on and so forth. I cannot able to remember them at all. So not even 1% of them, actually. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, there is a saying that if you want to probably have a kind of memory, if you read a book, sometimes maybe you remember in lifetime, actually. So those are some of the changes that we need to look at. Within this physical environment, though we have challenges, for instance, in terms to reduce the cost substantially, I'm sitting in Russia, St. Petersburg, maybe thousands and thousands of kilometers far from Mumbai, but I can able to communicate with you. I can able to see you, or probably see some of you and listen to you, or you can listen to me. This is the miracle which we never ever anticipated maybe 30, 40 years ago. So these are the changes, physical changes as well as digital changes that occurred over a period of time. Now, how effective these are digital technologies and artificial intelligence, the machine learning, we're talking about robotic technologies, we're talking about cloud computing, we're talking about so many virtual realities and so on. How effective they are actually. What is the impact of these virtual technologies or digital technologies in the real world situation? We know, we read, and we practically it has been proven that a medical doctor who is living in India or in Mumbai city, he can do an operation to a patient
कनेक्ट झाला तू
who is living in America.
ते कधी बंद चालू करत नाही ना, तर ते कसं ते सर्व्हर हे असेल ना, ते सगळ्यांचे हे चालू आहे ना, त्याच्यामुळे कसं पावसाच्या टायमामध्ये ते होतंच. पावसामुळे आता चालू होईल 5 मिनिटं.
तू त्याला नको कनेक्ट होतो व्हॉट्सअप. तुझं नेट चालू आहे ना? माझं नेट चालू आहे. बघा अटकतंय पुढं.
तुझं बंद झालं का?
हो अटकलं आहे. नेट बंद आहे ना. आता तुमचं कनेक्ट झालं. तर त्याला कनेक्ट करा. काहीतरी झालं.
Even driving also, you cannot teach somebody driving in a very digital manner without them having the physical touch. So there are so many professions, although everything with this YouTube technologies, everything with this virtual and probably digital technologies, we could able to learn absolutely, that is true. But there are certain professions we cannot able to learn without having the physical kind of environment and physical practicals in nature. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we have got these changes that are occurring. And of course, when we organize a webinar such as this, the cost of the event will be reduced substantially. We could able to bring different renowned people from across the globe. We do not need to provide them the flight tickets. We do not need to provide them the local transports. or local transportation, or the or maybe hotel accommodation, and so on and so forth. So substantially, the cost is same. But now, if we look at the other side of the coin, I think Professor Panchanathan ji was also talking about the technologies, and he was the vice chancellor himself for educational university in Tamil Nadu. So he has got immense experience in terms of these kind of issues. Now, the challenge of the matter here is that, ladies and gentlemen, if we teach somebody, I was also teaching during the pandemic situation. My students are probably from different parts of South Africa. I was teaching them online by using MS Teams or by Zoom technologies and so on. But sometimes they put the video, so not the video, but they put their details, their credentials on, whether they are sleeping, whether they are cooking, whether they are doing something else. We do not have any control. Even though we ask the students to put the video on, but they are not going to put the video on. They may say, even they can bluff us that no, the internet connection is weak, and you do not have any control on such kind of situations. And so therefore, my camera is not working, or probably my network is very weak. So anything they can say, whether it is real, whether it is probably it's only fake, we do not know. So the controlling mechanism is not going to take place. And the learning is always face to face, as I told you, for the last 31 years of my experience, traveled and also worked in different continents of the world. The physical environment, nobody can replace it. The guru Shishya, Sambandh, the relationship between the teacher and the people or the student must always to be face to face and probably physical contact. So digital will also always have got its own limitations, and the digital technologies indeed they are creating a lot of unemployment across the globe, particularly in a country like India, where millions of students, millions of youngsters who completed their masters and master's degrees, they are sitting with degrees with no employment opportunities. So these digital technologies are creating a lot of challenges in the coming 10 to 15 years time, ladies and gentlemen. It is also going to create so many unemployment in the whole world. And so probably about 30 to 40% of the workforce that are being in the work at this point of time, they all will become unemployed. The teachers are being replaced by the robot teachers. For instance, a state like Karnataka, Bangalore, was using robotic teachers to teach mathematics and physics. And if you China, for instance, on the other side of the coin, China, thousands and thousands of robotic teachers they have been teaching the subjects in different ways. But there are no ways that a robot can replace the human being. In fact, human being is the one who invented or discovered the robots. So therefore, nobody can replace that. I always remember as a teacher with 3+ decades of experience that there are 4 categories of teachers that we see in our teaching and learning environment. And we all students, and a teacher is always a student throughout his life. He cannot be only a teacher; he is also at the same time a good learner too. So the 4 categories of teachers that I remember, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have got a lot of mediocre teachers in this world, including India. They always tells, or average teachers they just tells. A good teacher explains, and a better teacher demonstrates, and the best teacher inspires. So we have, I think, quoted by Professor Panchanathan ji, the chief guest of this event, that Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan ji, who was our former, vice president and a great philosopher, and probably, renowned thinker. And on the eve of his birthday, 5th of September, which we're going to celebrate in 3 days' time, and he always tells that a teacher is not only a teacher, but also is a guide, is a mentor, is a philosopher, and is a friend. So a teacher has got so many qualities or characters in built within the teacher. So therefore, a teacher is not only to teach in the classroom environment, but it's beyond. So beyond how it works, actually, we cannot set up a virtual meeting platforms where you do not have any controllings, and whether the student is following you, whether the student is learning really from you or not, you do not have any control. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, that there are a lot of issues that I can touch upon, but looking at the time, and so the unemployment situation one side, the millions of jobs already been lost. About 30 to 40% of the existing employees, they are going to be replaced by these technologies, or digital technologies, and so
हो
on.
जर अशी कामं जर
And a
करायची
machine
असतील
could able
तर
to do a
चौथी
work of a
पाचवी
teacher, a work of a worker, work of a miner, work of anybody. But basically, even servant maids also been replaced by the digital kind of robots. So if we move on in this passion in the coming probably 2 decades or so, the economic structures are going to be changed drastically. For instance, a country like America, which has got the largest economy in the whole world, but starting from 1871 and until today, in 2023, the 2nd of September, America is the only country in the world which is the largest economy in the whole world, actually, probably for more than 152 years. And prior to that, India was the largest economy, obviously, in the whole world for almost about 17, 1800 years. And now China, in the coming few years' time, China is the second largest economy today, which is about $19 trillion contribution, and it is going to take the position from China, sorry, position from America as the largest economy, and it becomes the first largest economy in the whole world. So the global economic structures, of course, if we move on in the passion, India will become the third largest economy in the coming 20 to 30 years' time. But the challenge of the matter remains that in a country like India, these digital technologies are probably still far reachable to the common man. There are more than about 250 to 275 million people of India. That is more than the population of Pakistan, and probably more than half of the population of America. So they do not have any kind of educational access. Forget about the digital technologies or smartphone access that we are talking about. They do not have any literacy kind of reading and writing kind of capacities. So if we move on the direction where India became the third largest economy, which we are fifth largest economy today, but is it going to be having an impactful that we could able to educate all our 250, 270 million people in the coming few couple of decades time? And are we going to bring all those people into the mainstream of the digital economies, and then the whatever that we are doing today? So these are some of the challenges, ladies and gentlemen. In the interest of time, I'd like to say thanks to the conference organizers for bringing me on board and inviting me, and particularly the principal of the V.B.DESHPANDE College, Professor Kailash Nekarji, and all the other team members who put their hands to organize this event. And I wish you good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable advice and professional knowledge. We have focused on drastic changes after COVID-19, what revolutionary changes took place for the physical environment. We also focused on effective technology and with example of doctors and other supportive media for physical environment. We have covered, you can say, cost benefit analysis after once we digital age start. How again you touch, you can see, the particularly control and engagement of students who is worried about the digital technology ecosystem to be aligned at one platform, then it little bit help us for the digital environment. You also mentioned the role of teachers, guide as a different roles of teachers, how it will affect you on this digital environment. And one of the important aspects you covered that unemployment will be definitely minimized and economic structure will change. So with this, sir, once again, thank you, Dr. Ravindra Rena sir, on behalf of our management and Advocate V.B. Deshpande College of Commerce. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Anilji. Thank you. Thank you, Anand.
समजत आला. आता पुढच्या लिंकचं काय करायचं? इथला ब्रेक होणार का सगळ्यांचा?
Our next subject expert is Mr. Manoj Sathe sir. I take this opportunity to introduce the subject expert on this session. Mr. Manoj Sathe, his education qualification BE Electronics from Mumbai University. He has done leadership professional program from IIM Kolkata and IIM Bangalore. His working experience, he started his career as an IT professional with Digital Equipments Corporation USA. He has total 25 years of experience in the capital market as a vice president and head of investor education in NSDL. Presently, he is working with Excite Technology Private Limited as a country head, delivery and customer service from 2020. Regarding his external attachment, he is a mentor at the Entrepreneurship Incubation Center, PTVA Institute of Management. He is also member of Board of Studies, Jhunjhunwala College, Poddar College, Joshi Bedekar College, and BK Shroff College. Regarding his guest speaker, he is a guest speaker on various topics at various universities, including Mumbai University, IIT Mumbai, IIM Ahmedabad, and IIM Bangalore. He is nominated in the top 3 speakers in an induction program in NSDL for 10 years. Regarding his consultancy and hobbies, sir is serving 27 years as an astrology consultant. He has a hobby of reading and writing poems in Marathi, Arti on his idols on the Amitabh Bachchan and Sachin Tendulkar. His mission of life is educating as many investors as possible and making them financially prudent. He helps students to be ready for entering the world of business. As of today, more than 100 students mentored and conducted more than 800 investors awareness programs. Such an outstanding personality and industry expert today for subject expert on our conference theme. Welcome you, Manoj Sathe sir, and request you, sir, to start the session. Sir, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this introduction of mine. And I'm really happy and feel very privileged and honored to be addressing the conference arranged by Advocate V.B.DESHPANDE College of Commerce. I would also like to thank Principal Dr. Anikar Madam for giving me this opportunity once again to come and speak in this gathering of so many intelligent people. So it is really, I really feel honored to be here. So when Madam called me and gave me this particular topic, I really was impressed because this topic is something which is very close to everybody's heart as of today. Because post-COVID, what has happened is that things have changed drastically, and there is a shift that has happened from the environment which was physical environment to a digital environment. So when I asked her what exactly is the specific topic that you would like me to speak on, she said you can speak anything about the digital environment in the area of expertise that you have. So I selected a topic which is digital environment and capital markets, and I have a presentation which I would like to present. Just let me know once you see the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, the discussion agenda for today is what do you mean by phygital? Then a little bit about the topic where I would like to talk about capital markets prior to year 2000. Then the evolution and journey to digital till about 2015. When it comes to capital markets in India, you will find that the shift from physical to digital has happened not during the COVID time, but it has happened much earlier, which is post, I would say, Y2K. And since then, the journey had already begun, and it took some more advancements which happened in the COVID period. So that is where we will touch on the COVID period. Then the post-COVID, then we come to the challenges and opportunities, and then the future of the capital markets. Now, as I was listening to the discussion that Professor Ravindra Rena did, and very rightly he said that when the word phygital came in, what do we mean by phygital? It is basically we use technology to bridge the digital world and the physical world. There are lots of things that we do physical, like this conference today itself is a kind of a phygital conference because we are connecting online. But if you switch on the videos, you can see each other. We know that there are people sitting on the other side, and then we are talking using the or discussing using the methods which are based on the digital technology. So this is the phygital world today that we are discussing, and we are having this conference. Another word for this phygital is omni-channel. So you have one channel which is digital, but still the physical world is connected using that omni-channel. So everyone gets connected to the digital world. Another definition can be given as the personalized physical presence combined with digital technology to drive better experience. So that is something which we imagine when we talk about the word phygital. Physical plus digital is something that is what we mean by phygital. Now the question comes, why phygital? Because the banks, the capital market, the world existed even prior to digital coming in. So that was the physical world what we talked about, and then the digital came in. Then why the phygital thing is required? Why are we not shifting directly to digital, or why there is a need to have a digital in the first place when all the processes, all the technology, everything existed in the physical world? Now the reason for that is that technology world is growing very rapidly. When you say technology world is growing rapidly, you can see that there is every day millions of mobile applications being uploaded every day on the platforms of Google as well as the Android ones. So the technology world is growing so fast that it is really becoming difficult. Like if you have heard Professor Ravindra Rena speaking, he was talking about how the world was 10 years back in the field of education and how the world it is today. There is a very, very significant difference in the way that the world was 10 years back and the world that is there today. And the reason for that is technology is growing very rapidly, and it is making a huge difference to the way we exist today. Another very important part of why phygital is that mobile phones, they have penetrated significantly. Everybody in the country today has a mobile phone. The person may not earn more than 10,000 rupees a month, but believe me, he will have a smartphone which would have cost him some 6,000, 7,000 rupees or a 10,000 rupees one full month salary. But that person will be having a mobile phone. He will watch movies, he will watch YouTube videos, he will watch photos, everything on that mobile phone. The person may not be literate, but he will definitely have a mobile phone. That is how the mobile penetration have increased in the country today. The third is the education levels are going up. Now, recently I read, even in fact today itself I read a news that the government of India has given the task of identifying the illiterate people to the professors and those who are there in the teachers and professors in the field of education. They will be asked to actually go from house to house in every society, in every locality, in every area, and they are asked to find out those people who are illiterate or non-educated. The task that is given by Government of India to everybody in every state is to figure out those who are not educated. This talks very highly about the focus that the government has in spreading literacy, in spreading education in the country. It is said that in Maharashtra itself there are about 1.6 crore people who are not educated, who are not learned, who are not taken primary education also. So that task has been undertaken by Government of India. The news has come today. It means that already the 80% or 80 to 90% people in India of the 140 crore population that we have, they are already educated, and the remaining are being identified for the purpose of ensuring that even they are educated and even they understand what is happening. So that is something which is an excellent step. Now that puts us into another important thing, why physical? Because once you are educated, once you have mobile phones, once you understand technology, that is where you can actually come up with different ideas of moving or using the digital world to enhance the experience that the physical beings take. That is why the physical thing is important. Another thing is huge population. India has a huge population. Now this entire population, as I said, if you want to reach out to them, if you want to give them some services, if you want to give them some benefits, if you want to make sure that everybody uses banking experience, everybody starts saving systematically, everybody has access to capital market, everybody is able to come up or go for birth certificate, Aadhaar certificate, everything, each and everything which is offered by Government of India for good living or well-being inside the country, it has to use digital. Otherwise, imagine that the number of people that will be required to work in every sector. It is said that there is one police being there to do the activity of policing for every 10,000 people. Now imagine number of people required only to do the policing activity. Now it is said that it is required to have one individual can serve about 100 individuals in bank in a month. Now imagine the number of people that will be required to really work in a bank. So this population actually makes us think how we can use digital world to really improve the quality of services that are being offered to the huge population which is there in the country. Now, another thing is that varying degree of tech knowledge. Now, when I say varying degree of tech knowledge, whenever a person is educated, it does not mean that person knows technology well. If you simply create sections of the society in terms of the age, while a 70 plus year person will be able to use mobile phone for the purpose of calling, he will be able to use the mobile phone for the purpose of watching or using WhatsApp or watching some videos on that. He may not be able to use that same mobile phone for the purpose of carrying out his banking. He would still prefer to reach out to some individual who can help him understand, carry out, and the person who is using it should be able to trust the person who is there in front. Like while walking on the road, if he is doing mobile banking, amongst the entire huge population is today completely varying. Even those which are below 30 years, they may not know the risks which are involved in using certain applications which are not the secure applications per se. So in terms of using the product, in terms of the risks involved in using the product, in terms of the genuinity of the product, the knowledge is extremely varying when it comes to the population which is there, and that is right from 10 years to 90 years of the person's age. Rapid product development is another area why phygital is very important, because the word phygital talks about physical plus digital. Now, when I say products, I'm talking about tech products. When tech products are evolving so fast, it's very difficult for the physical world to really keep pace with that. So that's the next point. Is humans can't match speed of tech, and as a result, for every change that has happened in the technology, because of the regulations being put in by the government or by the regulators, it's important that that particular feature, that particular uh, uh, knowledge is transferred to the human who is going to use it. In fact, it should be known to the person who is actually the driver of that particular